Hi, this is Chris Gill, and finally, Frank actually responds. And am I crying into my pillow like you believe you say I am? No, not really. But I will say, your 11-minute video was not very touching at all, but you sounded quite hurt and depressed there, even though you said that the video was hilarious. The way you speak just makes me think it's in one ear and out the other with you. Isn't that kind of hilarious? The way you call people harassment mongols, and yet I've already made a video describing what the word mongol means, and you're still using that word whilst being racist, which is also used for mocking and attacking Asian people, which are white Chinese people. So again, mentioning the Down syndrome spectrum and the autism spectrum and special needs, you're also picking on your own brother. Isn't he autistic there, Frank? Or am I mistaking something? I don't know. Maybe you should tell me more, since apparently you using sub bots and like bots and comment bots and not showing any actual evidence on your channel or your analytics providing this point that you're gaining subs naturally and actually gaining support when we have multiple people telling other people otherwise. So, if you actually have evidence, put the money where your mouth is, buddy. Show it. But since you don't know what evidence is or how to actually make it without editing and twisting words around and not having the intelligence to actually make a decent music mashup or an actual decent video that's even worth my attention or anyone else's for that matter, that's not an alt that you're trying to hide from your main channel because you're too much of a spineless cow to actually use your main account to stand up for yourself, but instead use pictures of people on Discord, Twitter, and other social medias that you use. And calling us Hitler, which is ironic, because isn't there a meme picture of you actually looking like Hitler on that face reveal that you did a few months ago? Isn't that ironic? And isn't it also ironic you actually took some words from my video, saying that everyone else around you is also nothing, when the way you said you're all nothings actually made you feel hurt? So deeply hurt that your whole this video made you laugh, made you actually feel hurt inside. Were you the one crying in your pillow there, Frank? Because if you need a hug, I'm not giving you one. Because even how many times you wish for the harassment to stop, it never ends. Even when you use all of your accounts, try to run, try to hide, say you have support, when most of the support you've had and most of the friends that you've had from a whole year have left you. Remember Tails.exe? Wasn't he your friend for a few months? What happened, Frank? Perhaps you can tell me what happened there. Remember Aiden Collins? Wasn't he also a friend of yours? What happened there, Frank? Perhaps you can tell us. And remember all the other friends that you had along the way, like Lewis, and all the other girls that you remember dating. Remember Amy Rose 0164? Whatever happened to her? Did you do something to her? Because apparently she came back and she's going all fools on you. And yet, what are you doing about it? Why are you not explaining anything? Why are you so scared to actually answer any of the questions that I've asked you, in general, on every video that I have posted? What are you so scared of, Frank? Why are you stammering? Why are you so scared? What is it that you're afraid of? Is it me? Is it everyone that you call harassment cunts? Is it your own life? If you think I'm retarded, when we all know and have witnessed you actually saying that you are. And also, the fact that you keep saying ghostly window licker when you're using an account that actually is called ghostly window licker, doesn't that mean you're calling yourself out? Because when you say that I'm being ghostly window licker, which is aka you, being manipulative, terrorizing people, and everything else, are you exposing yourself? Because, again, when it comes to you saying, I don't have any evidence, and you also saying that Google tracks your IP address, please explain why there's a video on you that is subbed to an alternate account of Sonic90 that was terminated recently. If Google tracks your IPs and you're subscribed to yourself on bots, please explain why you have alternate accounts sub to your main channel. If it actually tracks your IP, then good for them. But at the same time, you have the power to change your IP address, which means you can trick the algorithm, which means you can manipulate and twist the rules of how the algorithm works in your favor. And you still think that myself and everybody around you is retarded, or special needs, or Down syndromes, and yet, again, you're a person that did some charity events, right? What was that charity about? What were you actually trying to fulfill, and who were you trying to help in terms of charity? Because if it was for someone with disabilities and issues, then you've already contradicted yourself. Because every video you mentioned the word Mongol and trying to bash autism like your brother has, or autism like most people have in America and other areas around the world, and Down syndrome like most people have around the world, you're contradicting yourself and digging yourself into a pit so far beyond the grave. I'm surprised that you can actually find your way through Australia and manage to find me where you wish to actually fight me and actually put holes into me, like you mentioned on your Monster Gamer impersonation account, which I already have screenshotted, by the way. But hey, if you want to keep trying to hide, trying to play this sympathy victim card and say that, oh, you don't frigging care about this, or continue to say that you're this person that wants to help people around you, then maybe try not using the word Mongol and try not to insult people with Down syndrome and autism when you're actually insulting your own family members. Maybe try thinking a little outside the box a little bit. Because if you wish to be a YouTuber when you've already been terminated like 7 times and has the same IP address, are you sure you're going to be able to get monetized by YouTube? Because, again, all your alternate accounts from your video, apparently, have the same IP address, if I'm not mistaken. So, if you have so many accounts and they all have the same IP address and they've all been terminated, please explain how you're going to get monetization if they all have the exact same IP address and have the exact same person making videos and the exact same person using the same voice. Again, if you think you'll get monetized in under 2 weeks, good for you. But at the same time, it's going to take one heck of a ride than just using one video that you had featured on your main channel being hidden and removed, but still found on your videos with over 160,000 views to try and boost the amount of time to actually get monetization. So, again, if you get it, good for you. If not, who's going to be the one crying? Not me. Because you know why? There's more to YouTube than there is having to deal with you. Because you say one thing, you also say another. when you call people harassment cunts and make videos and saying that you and saying that other people want you to make a video in the first place, you kind of proved the person's point. You made the video anyway, even though you knew that they knew that you were going to make the video anyway. So, who are you trying to persuade here that you're the innocent one? You're the not so bad person here, because you say you have the right to defend yourself, and yet you also believe that also people don't have the ability to criticize, opinionate, or defend themselves against what other people have done that are also bad, but you also deflect and say that everybody else is bad. So, please explain why you believe that you have the power to say and do anything and make everyone believe it when, again, you say myself and others don't have any physical evidence or proof to provide, when you also don't have any physical evidence and proof to provide either. So, again, who's the stupidest one here? Myself? You? Everybody else that you make videos on all of your accounts? Or the both of us? I'll leave it to you to think about, Frank. Since you're finding it so hilarious that people are making videos on you almost every day that you can't stop making videos counteracting your own saying that you don't want to make videos on this related drama or issue, and yet continue to make dramas and videos on the drama and issues. So, if you really are going to be a man about it and try and ignore it and be with the people that apparently support you, show who you really supports you. Actually show people that actually do care before things go way out of your league and people start finding out who you really are. Even if you say you don't care and you've already exposed yourself for having a criminal record, your dark past, being involved with teenagers, all the criminal acts that you've done over the past couple of years, and other situations and discussions that you're too afraid to discuss about because apparently if people actually know who the real you is, you probably won't be feeling so egotistical over the fact that you have so many subscribers and yet flaunting that ego like a 5-year-old child, thinking, oh, just because I have more subs than you means I can get monetization faster and ban everybody because I have the power to do so. I don't know about that, but again, you also say YouTube is mostly about a community, which I understand and I respect that. But if you trying to say that, oh, you're going to bypass people and subscribers and mock them for it, isn't that also kind of being the harassment mongol that you describe everybody else around you being? I believe that the Uno no you response is actually kind of helping myself and everybody else in this situation. So, Frank, you are what you are. You are the harassment Mongol cunt with special needs and disabilities that beyond your comprehension and abilities that you will never be able to do anything about anything but complain, make videos on your alts, and saying that you're going to ignore and do whatever it is that makes you happy, but play both sides of the fence anyway and make yourself depressed and hurt and sound hurt to make it look like you have this really large sensitivity about you, which not I don't believe, and what many people don't believe. And hey, if you gotta go on your main channel and post more gameplays, don't forget to play that really sad music that goes do 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 do. Don't forget to play that song because that is such a good song, especially when you use it to guilt trip, manipulate, and especially how many times you've mentioned people wanting to end themselves and mocking it, when you've also made videos on your main channel actually mentioning that you want to end your life too. Should I play that video where you actually complained about it's been over a week since people have done anything, and apparently a week for you is in the past when you also mentioned that people still do bad things, and yet you still do bad things, which kind of makes you a hypocrite and contradicts your statements and actions. But hey, I'm not a 35-year-old man with schizophrenia, a criminal record, has issues trying to get laid every week and trying to get dates on everybody online while trying to play Sonic ROM hacks, most of them being fetishes, and playing Street Fighter and using load and save edits and trying to hide the fact that you do lose rings, and apparently you use the same excuses going that everybody sucks at video games, and yet will never admit and show the actual footage before doing the save and load edits. So, again, if you're too afraid to actually show the full playthrough without saving and load editing, again, are you a real gamer? Or are you just pretending to be one? I'll leave it to you, Frank. But thank you for responding to me, by the way. Under 3 minutes instead of 3 days? That's pretty quick work, especially for someone who apparently enjoys making alternate accounts of everybody and using the same insults and descriptions over and over again because you're a one-trick pony, using the same insults, the same excuses, and the same descriptions. But hey, that's just me. That's what I think. That's what everybody else hears and sees. But hey, if you wish to be a better person, then good luck with that. If not, have fun trying to deal with more harassment from other people. Not from just myself, but with other people over the years, over the past, that no longer like you, no longer respect you, no longer talk to you, no longer have you as a Discord friend, no longer have you as a friend on Twitter, and no longer has you as anybody but the emptiness and the backstabbing and the betrayal that you believe everybody else has done to you and everyone else. And I do like the fact you mentioned Chris Gill, like he doesn't really mean anything to you because isn't he a man himself? I mean, I don't know why you have to babysit every person that is being criticized, opinionated on, and having different videos made on the person when the man literally doxed himself, just like how you did when you showed a video of yourself being driven to your own home. Not sure about you, but when you say that everybody is uneducated, you pretty much did the most uneducated thing that all people on the internet should not do. And that's show your house and make it so easy for everybody to just randomly find your house on Google Maps and easily find your address. And yet you wonder how the police managed to get to your address on December of last year? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, buddy, but hey, if you're gonna try pulling a Conqueror before Conqueror even doxed himself by accidentally putting his location out, what makes you think you were any better by doing the same thing over 10 years before he did? Oh well. Hope you have a good day, Frank. This is Chris Gill, and I'm signing out.